Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 6 of Wednesday. The last episode was I think there was more trauma in the last episode than there was in the first four. I mean, not for me. Honestly, Eugene, like the only parents that I particularly like in the whole show are Eugene's parents. But the rest of them, boy, are they just messing up their kids' lives. Either they're screwing them up mentally, they're not there for them when they need to be, or they're just kind of just not great. Not great. I would honestly say the worst one, even though I think Bianca's mom is probably the worst one, would be Rowan's dad. Being okay with his son being murdered because apparently he was losing it, and that's a good way to handle that. I don't know. I don't know if I buy that, first of all. I think that could be a fib from Weems, but like, whose parents just like, my son was cracking up, he was kind of losing it, so yeah, let's just cover up his murder. In what world is that okay? That just seems thin. I was like, as I was editing the last episode, I was like, why would we just take that as a solid answer? That's just horrible. And I don't think Wednesday really would have taken it as a solid answer if the grounds outside hadn't been lit on fire. I mean, she figured out Weems was a shapeshifter and she kind of had her in her sights, and then boom, fire will rain, which is very much a Crackstone mentality. So great. Great. I don't know if it would be Tyler's old friends that seem to be wreaking havoc on the kids at the school. I mean, Wednesdays beat them up several times, but you know, they very much could have just lit the grounds on fire and ran, and it's like, oh, it's a great prank, you know, like they're not really planning on doing anything. But I feel like for Wednesday to see that and seeing it in her eye, which was a great shot, by the way, I think is it's a little heavier for her than it probably would be for them. Now we know that it was actually Morticia that kind of killed a guy, but kind of didn't. That it was actually the poison that did it. What was that called? Nightshade? Yeah, I think it was called Nightshade. But you know, he was dying from nightshade poisoning because it got into his system because he was going to kill everybody with it. Cool. So you know what? Good on them. Good on Morticia and Gomez. They saved the school. They saved the school. They saved the day. Lost one more crackhead crackstone follower. It's really traumatic though for Weems that she just had a body fall out of the sky right in front of her. And I don't know if it was answered, and I think we can assume that she had a crush on Gomez. But I don't know if that was answered. Like they don't have like a jealous like relationship, her and Morticia. Like they didn't have like a back and forth that led me to believe that they were like jealous of each other. More so that they were just always in competition with each other. So I don't really know. I don't know if it was Gomez or not. And I don't know what that young actor looks like, but if they put a prosthetic nose on him to make him look like Luis Guzman, it wasn't the best prosthetic nose. I mean, better than Superman, like back in the day in like the 80s movies when they were trying to make him look like what's his face, Christopher Reeve. That was a horrible nose, and it looks green. It was just a bad nose. Anyway, if it is his real nose, I apologize. Great nose if it's actually yours. If it's a prosthetic one, goodness gracious. Makeup department. You could have toned it down just a little bit. Sorry, I have a friend that works in special effects makeup, so I really like look at all that stuff. And like I think which what was the movie with? I didn't even watch it. It was the one where what movie was that he worked on? It won an Oscar. Um, I can't even think of the guy that's in it. Who played Batman? Guys, I've been sick for a week, so I totally have like medicine head happening right now. And the spark plugs are not quite doing what they're supposed to. Um you're gonna see me unravel a mystery here. Christopher Nolan. Okay, he did The Dark Knight, starring, who is it? Christian Bale. Okay, so Christian Bale. God. And he was in Vice. Oh my God, it was right there. He's the vice president. He played Dick Cheney. Anyway, my friend worked on that movie. So, like, he's really good with transformations on makeup. And so, when I see a prosthetic that doesn't look so hot, sometimes I'm like, but I don't know if it was a prosthetic. Was that guy's real nose? Now I'm really intrigued. But I don't want to look it up because, like, spoilers. Anyway, so we really didn't get an answer as to, like, whom the monster is. When Wednesday turned around and she's looking at Thornhill, she has anger in her eyes. I don't know how Thornhill got there as quickly as she did. I don't think she can run nearly as fast as Wednesday, who's an actual athlete. Thornhill doesn't strike me as an athlete. She hasn't acted like one. She went into the secret society basement. Again, I don't know if there's a connection with her and Crackstone and the guy that Gomez and Morticia. But I don't know if that's his sister. I don't know if she's the monster, if she is like not weird enough to be part of Evermore and she's not normal enough to be part of the town. Like, I don't know. But they apparently said that his sister died in a drowning, which I don't buy. It's the thing. No body, no death. Like, you can't just get like a story written down. She died by drowning in Europe. Sure she did. Sure she did. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it for a second. I don't know. So Thornhill is like at the top of my list. I still don't know what to think of Tyler other than he's a pretty traumatized kid who kind of got into trouble and he wants to change his ways. He lost his mom. That's, when you lose somebody so close to you, you do act out. So I could see that being, wanting attention from his dad. So he does something that would get him some attention. And like now he's trying to work through it with his therapist. And it seems like his dad doesn't want to really help him with that, or is very skeptical that therapy would be helping him with that. And that's really sad because I feel like the dad would do really well with therapy himself and even together with Tyler, but I don't really ever picture him going. And I really wish he gave his son a little bit more support that I wish he had stood in his wife's shoes and said, what would she want? Because I'm pretty sure she'd want them to have a closer relationship and would want him to be there for his son a little bit better than what he's doing. He might be doing the best that he can, but the kid obviously needs more. Now, another kid whose dad is just freaking awful is Xavier. I got corrected that it's not Xavier, that it's Xavier, even though it's spelled Xavier. That his dad didn't even show up for Parents' Day, and maybe he's so busy and famous and rich that he just can't make it. I don't know. You don't have children to ignore them and not participate in their lives. So like participate. And I don't know what their relationship is. It seems like, Xavier was sad about it. Um, it- I feel bad for him. I really do. Like, the girlfriend that he was with, he doesn't know if he can trust. The other girl that he seems to like that has given him no reason to really like her. Wednesday does not give off like, hey, love me vibes at all. So I don't know how these boys are even getting crushes on her. I don't know how there's a love triangle. It's like kind of annoying actually. Other than they're trying to win over somebody that is unwinnable because they have to prove something to themselves. I don't know. But I feel really bad that he just really just needs somebody to care about him and know that they care about him. Bianca and her mom showing up and wanting her to come join the cult and use their siren song to, pull the wool over people's eyes. And she threatens to destroy Bianca's life that Bianca's built for herself. Whether she used her siren song to get into the school or not, that's definitely wrong and you shouldn't do that. But she's doing the best that she can with what she had. She's surviving. So I would say if she was able to get into the school using her siren song and she's able to succeed in life, it's kind of a win. And maybe that's like part of the audition to get in the school. I don't know. I don't know how to get in this school. They're not inviting me anytime soon. It's not like I'm magical. But I like Bianca like standing up for herself. Like I really like that they do not give you just the mean girl trope. Like she has depth. There is a lot there to Bianca, and I love that. I love that about this show. Not one person in this show is just what they are face value. They're so much deeper. They're so much deeper. Even the sheriff, who I'm just like, you're annoying. You don't care about your son. And I'm like, obviously he's also traumatized from his wife dying. Like there's a lot of things, like a crime that he could never solve, and he thought for sure that he had this murderer, and then knowing that the mayor kind of like covered it up, and like he was on the warpath about Gomez Adams for such a long time. There's like so much more depth to these characters. Even Thing has depth to him. Like it's very good writing. It just shows that like when you give an overall character like a major just growth and arc, and they grow in all sorts of different ways, that like you can really bond to them a lot better, a lot easier. I'll tell you, Enid is definitely one of those characters. I will fight for that little girl. I'm wearing pink today in honor of Enid. It's like, and maybe her boyfriend Ajax. I'll keep the hat on. But like, the way her mother was really pushing her to be what she wanted her to be, and our parents really push identities on us, whether they think they're doing it or not, or whether they'll ever admit to it. And they don't mean it. But when you just like say like, oh, that's my bookworm, and that's my tomboy, and this is my perfect son, and this is my troublemaker, you're pushing an identity onto your children. And she's really trying to push the wolf identity onto Enid. And I don't know. I mean, Enid, like, she fainted from autopsy photos. Like, can she really be a werewolf? I don't know. So it's just, it's not that I even hate her mom. Her mom just doesn't take the time to understand her daughter. Her mom really just wants her to succeed in being this wolf. And it's not because she doesn't love her daughter. She obviously does. It's just because she doesn't want her to struggle. And if she becomes a wolf, there's a lot less struggle there. And the dad really, like, kind of not saying anything was annoying at first, but then saying like that he was proud of her. Like, I think Enid needed to hear that more than anything. The choices that she made about her life, and that she continues to make about her life, that makes Daddy proud, and that's good. That's a good feeling to have. We got a lot more from Pugsley, and like he's just a little ball of emotion. I love that kid. Like he was like, Dad, I missed you so much. And he was like in jail overnight. He's just like so full of all this emotion. He's like Gomez and Morticia just slammed together. And, I get that Wednesday wants her own identity, and she wants to be Wednesday. She wants to be this other person. And, but then you have Pugsley that's like the mix of those two very perfectly. He's a Gomticia cocktail. I don't know if that works. I don't know if I like that. I take it back. I can't believe I put that out there. And then like with Wednesday and her having like the moments that she did with her mother and solving the crime and freeing her father, she started out really combative with them, like, how dare you lie to me? Do you think I wouldn't find out? And there's like a lot of anger, but like, I don't know if that's a story you tell your kid. Like, hey, you're going to go to the same school as us. You might want to know about the murder that happened. Like, that's just, I don't know, that's not a way to bond. It's really not. And while it played out perfectly, and Wednesday vindicated her parents, and very much made the mayor do an about turn, it's I think they not only grew closer, but I think that bond changed Wednesday a little bit. Like, I think there's more respect for her mother, not because of the murder itself and everything, but like, like seeing her stand up to the mayor, and, like just kind of seeing what her mother went through, and having a little bit of sympathy for her. And, like when she was talking about her dad, and like how he was like lying to like, protect Morticia, and, she's just like, he's like, sorry, I failed you as a father. And she's naming off all these things like, you taught me fencing, you taught me a lot of other things that I don't think most fathers teach their daughters, but in this case, I loved it. And she's like, you never failed me as a father. And I love that, like to see that growth that character growth, not only for Wednesday, but like for like the relationship with her parents. It was very nice because it was very startling. It was very ice cold in that first episode, and I was like, I don't like it. And I get that she's a teenager. I've been there myself, but I was just like, holy crap. So where this next episode goes is beyond me. Because there's nowhere to go but monster hunting, crackstone butt kicking, let the pilgrim purging. I don't know. I just keep thinking of Addams Family Values and just the whole camp on fire. And Wednesday just kind of being like, blah. Oh, it's such a great movie. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna waste any more time. Let's get into it. Oh.
In case you're wondering, I don't hold seances very often.
I was wondering.
I can barely tolerate the living. Why would I want to commune with the dead?
'Cause you're Wednesday.
But my mother told me Goody is the only one that can train me to control my psychic ability.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Uh-oh.
Sorry. Do we even want to know?
I was reaching into the Black Maw of Death to contact a relative.
Feels very on brand for you.
Yeah.
Been attempting to summon her, but she seems to be ignoring my entreaties.
You thought about using one of my scented candles? The aroma of steak tartare is to die for.
Steak tartare? Ew. God, I love Enid.
Maybe Goody answered you after all.
I doubt she communicates in magazine cutouts.
Oh, it's like a ransom note? If you want answers, meet inside Crackstone's crypt at midnight. All right. She brought Enid along. Enid better be okay at the end of this episode. I will be so upset. Yes, girl. Enid's such a good friend.
Ew. What died?
Smells like childhood.
Thoughts? Why don't I just stay out here?
Enid! Are you gonna guard the place? Guard dog? That's really big in there. I didn't picture it being that big from the outside. What am I doing?
Try anything and you'll lose limbs.
Surprise!
Oh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
In harmony? Look at Thing with his little hat.
I should have known you were behind this. What part of no party under the penalty of death do you not understand?
I thought my cake design was pretty inspired.
The pink balloon was my little touch.
Aww.
Why don't you make a wish?
Wait, it's Latin. Fire will rain when I rise.
Okay, that's not really a wish.
No, not at all.
The first part of that phrase was burned on an Evermore's lawn. It can't be a coincidence.
Wait, we're never eating that cake, are we?
Poor Ajax. Sweet child. Oh! Oh, girl! Oh, girl!
Crackstony's coming.
Is it Goody? Oh, the way this is shot is phenomenal. Very disorienting.
To stop Crackstone, these places must seek. Do you always speak in riddles? Do you always seek simple answers?
Oh.
The path of a raven is a solitary one. You end up alone, unable to trust others, only seeing the darkness within them.
Is that supposed to scare me?
It should.
If anything, it ignites her fire even more.
Careful. That's my cold shoulder.
Don't blame Thing. The party was my idea. Can I at least get some kudos for pulling one over on you?
The subterfuge was impressive.
May
May your 16th be as sour and misery-filled as your desire, your ever-doting mother and father.
They asked Thing to hide it before they left on Parents' Weekend. Ew.
A taxidermy kit?
Wow, we're still accepting presents.
Aww.
What is it exactly?
It's a snood, silly.
What's a snood?
I have one too.
What's a snood?
We can wear them together to class.
Oh.
I suggest we wait for a more special occasion. Like a funeral.
I'm in your debt, Larissa.
Just find the delinquents responsible. Perhaps start with Lucas's cohorts.
Right after we
Yes.
track down whatever attacked the Ottinger boy. All fingers would point to one of your own students.
Careful, Noble. My charity has its limits.
Yeah, I wouldn't cross her.
Last night in the crypt, you had another vision, didn't you?
I didn't realize we were back on speaking terms.
I showed up to your surprise party. I figured that would have been a hint.
Yeah, fair enough.
You still think I'm the monster?
Haven't ruled it out.
You know he's not the monster, Wednesday. I'm like 95% sure he is not the monster. Which means I'm probably 100% wrong.
Last week at the weather vane, my dad said I had to get my act together. After he left, this woman in the next booth told me about this self-help app, Morning Song. Said it could help me refocus my life.
The more you listen to them, the more they sink their claws into you.
How do you know?
I just do. Which is why I'm warning the normie idiot who ruined my killer dress with his bullshit prank, because you're just the type they're looking for.
Guessing that's not a compliment.
No.
Hey,
Oh.
I'll be at the weather vane later if you want to stop by. Maybe we can exchange notes on self-improvement.
I don't know. I don't like his friends. I dig him. Kinda.
I haven't always been against birthdays. Each one reminds me I'm a year closer to death's cold embrace. What's not to like about that? Besides, my parents always made sure my birthdays were memorable. The perfect surprise. The perfect cake. The perfect party games.
That's terrifying, but hilarious. Oh god, that's no. Hi, stop. I don't like it. I have my limits.
I haven't seen you since our session with your family, which was certainly one I won't forget. How are things going with them?
My mother and I spent some quality time together. Got our hands dirty.
Gardening?
Grave digging.
Yeah.
And I managed to keep my father out of prison.
It's a busy weekend.
I want to assure you I remain as cold and heartless as the first day we met.
I doubt a cold, heartless person would be sitting by her friend's bedside feeling some modicum of guilt for his condition.
I didn't ask for a free session.
Consider it my birthday gift.
But also, I think Kinbot knows way more than she lets on.
This just arrived from London. Copy of an old death certificate you requested?
Oh, by the way, has Inez Bloom called again?
You mean about the lights coming on at the old Gates place?
That's where Wednesday needs to go.
I know you're usually a quad kind of girl, but I've been working on that all week.
Birthday, yes. Happy never.
Oh, is that Enid's gift?
It's perfect if you're fleeing a war-torn country on foot.
So if I asked you out to a non-birthday, song-free dinner, would that be something you're interested in?
I have a tight deadline. Emphasis on dead. That threat burned onto the lawn at school. It's also etched on the wall inside Crackstone's crypt.
Don't tell me you've been out there digging up more bodies. All right, well, I'll make sure I put out an APB on a dead pilgrim.
I figured since you no longer have an old vendetta to obsess over, you're free to solve some real crime.
Ouch.
I saw that in a vision. Do you recognize it?
Has he seen Thing? Well, I guess at the birthday party. Oh. Yeah, his is much better.
I started having those dreams again, like before. And it's the old Gates mansion. I pass it when I go running.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, listen.
Does it come alive?
After the dance, I just wanted to forget about you, but I couldn't. So I started painting, and that's what came out, all right?
Oh.
I can hear you up there playing.
Oh, I thought he was gonna make her come to life. Oh, he is. Oh, God.
I can tell how you get lost in the music. I feel like it's the only time I get to see the real you.
Oh, Wednesday.
Hey, you're Bianca, right?
Oh, I didn't expect an interaction between these two.
Wednesday forgot this. Could you give it back to her?
Aren't you her boyfriend?
Definitely not.
No problem. I was just leaving anyway.
Didn't think you were actually gonna show.
Me neither.
Take your advice.
Yay.
Seriously, why are you here? I didn't think any outcast would ever speak to me again.
My mother showed up last week to remind me that sirens can never change their scales. No matter how hard I try, there will always be people who look down on me. I just figured you could relate. Why'd you trash the dance?
I don't know. Guess I was angry that my dad was humiliated on outreach day. But then after we did it, kind of felt like crap. I realized I needed to wipe the board, you know? Start over. If that makes any sense.
More than you know.
It's an interaction I never expected, but I like it.
Goody showed me this house for a reason. I need to unlock its secrets. Or die trying.
So he was just checking on the house.
I need a distraction.
Sheriff, pick up your damn phone. It's Noble. Listen, I might have figured out who's behind all of this. It's a long shot, so I'm gonna have to lay it out for you. We'll do it over pie at the Weather Vane.
Slick. I mean, I think he would have heard that door close, but slick. I mean, obviously, the woods, the Gates mansion, Evermore, monster, just coming from Gates mansion. Winthorpe. Is that her name? I don't even know. Anyway. Well, that was unexpected.
He's alive. Barely.
Good God.
What were you doing in the back of the mayor's SUV?
I saw him coming out of the Gates mansion.
What the hell were you doing there?
House hunting. Call me old-fashioned, but when someone is run over on their way to give the police key information, it usually means they were onto something.
Yep.
I just heard what happened to Mayor Walker. Are you all right? I can't imagine witnessing something like that.
It was on my bucket list.
Mary Shelley wrote it on a dare when she was only 19.
I know.
Oh. I didn't know that.
She's both my literary hero and nemesis. Oh. And I have 2 years and 364 days to beat her. So you're only looking out for my best interests?
Always. I think we're a lot alike.
We aren't. I don't need your help or your pity. I already have a mother and a therapist. That's enough torture, even for me.
That's kind of mean, but still think she's suspect. Thornhill, Winthorpe, whatever. I couldn't think of her name.
I've reconsidered your offer.
My offer?
The non-birthday dinner?
When are you free?
Pick me up outside the Nevermore gates at 8 o'clock. Cut your lights.
Cut your lights.
Steer clear of Wednesday Adams. She's the kind of girl who's gonna get you hurt. Leave me another type.
Is that supposed to be about Mom? No, of course not. And that would require you to actually talk about her.
Aww. Come on, don't be a jerk.
I can't deal with this right now.
Ugh.
I gotta get to the hospital. I gotta check on the mayor. Be home before curfew.
Did you ever even love her?
Oh.
More than you could ever know.
Aww. He needs to rage or something. He's keeping that in.
I've been thinking about my less than enthusiastic response to your surprise soiree. I regret not showing my gratitude towards you more appropriately.
You really mean it?
Take the win, Enid. If only there were a way for us to get off campus and have a little birthday redo. Just two best friends. Too bad the school is on lockdown. Do look at that full moon.
Ah.
Oh! How about I say I'm about to wolf out and get a pass to the Lupin cages, and say you volunteered to lock me in?
Lupin cages.
Oh! We should wear our snoods.
Oh, you gotta do it.
I believe I left mine at fencing.
Actually, you left yours at the weather vane. Luckily, Bianca brought it back.
Ah! She's so good at that.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to see you too. I thought we were going on a date.
I thought this was a girls' night out.
Oh, Wednesday.
Okay, what's up with the weird matching hoodie scarf thingies?
Don't ask. Just drive.
I hate that she does that to people.
Hey, Wednesday? You guys in here? Where does she think?
Seriously? You want to go in there?
Yeah, let's go in there, especially at night.
I didn't want to celebrate my birthday by going to dinner or a surprise party. I want to do this.
Then you should have just said so. You didn't have to trick us.
If you want to go, you can. I'm gonna go check out the garage.
Okay. Oh, for the car. I just realized why she said garage. I was like, that's interesting.
Okay, let me try. This is pointless.
Enid, claws. Ka-cha!
Oh.
Everybody loosened it.
It's a werewolf thing.
There is a full moon. Is that the car?
This is the night I'm gonna die.
You're not gonna die. I don't know. Eugene almost died. He might die. I don't know. Ooh, thoroughly creepy. I love it. Oh, I love a false door. Yes! Blood will rain.
Who doesn't have a spooky built-in altar in their family library?
Ours is in the living room. All right, Tyler, you check the rest of the ground floor. Enid and I will search upstairs.
Oh, why Tyler?
You go left, I go right.
You seriously want to split up? In here?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to
Literally
either.
how every best friend dies in a horror movie.
Yeah. Oh, brave, brave Enid.
I know what my mom would say. Enid, you're a doormat. You're too needy. Show some teeth. Nobody likes a desperate little furball. Shut up, Mom. Get out of my head.
Yeah. You're just being a good friend. I don't think a doormat.
The bed's made. No dust or cobwebs.
Laurel.
Laurel Gates.
Looks like somebody moved back into their old room.
It's not possible. She died 25 years ago, drowned overseas.
Did she?
This is officially the worst girls' night out ever.
Hey, get out! It's here!
What just happened to Tyler?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, not your snoot. Stop.
She gonna use that snoot for something else. Oh! It's only like 10, 20 feet-ish. Ah, that had to hurt. Oh, that's the saw, the surgical saw. He took half a face?
These are the body parts missing from the monster's victims. Come on!
I still think that looks really cool! A window wouldn't have stopped him, though.
You okay?
Since when do you care?
Ouch. Ooh.
We have to go back for Tyler. The monster's back there!
Aww.
Where'd you come from?
Here, take this. What happened to him?
Oh, everyone thinks it's Xavier. God damn it.
Thanks, Doc.
Not to make this about me, but I am having a full-blown panic attack right now.
You breathe, girl, breathe.
This was you, wasn't it?
Like that, please. I'm okay.
Sheriff, I understand you're upset, but I think you need to see something.
It's not gonna be there, is it?
It was all here.
That was a quick job. Wow.
Somebody cleared this place out after we left. Yesterday I told you all signs pointed to this house, and I was right.
Is that your justification for almost getting my son and your friends killed? Huh? From this point forward, you are forbidden from seeing Tyler, and you are forbidden from pursuing anything to do with this case. Understood?
Where's Enid?
You directly violated my explicit order and left campus during a lockdown. Not to mention putting your peers and yourself in danger.
I'll never apologize for trying to uncover a truth.
What is this?
It's a warning from Rowan.
Is this why he tried to kill you?
His mother drew it before she died. Said I was destined to destroy the school. But I think I'm meant to save it. Now you know what's at stake. I think I deserve another chance. Please.
She wants to stay.
One more step out of line and you will be expelled.
Enid and Xavier are spared as well.
No more negotiation. Good night.
Whew. She had to throw that one in. Proud of her for that. Good friend. After putting them in danger.
I spoke with Weems. You and Xavier won't be punished.
Am I supposed to thank you?
I already apologized. It's over.
Over? Tonight was just the icing on the birthday cake you couldn't even be bothered to cut. I've tried really, really, really hard to be your friend. Always put myself out there, thought of your feelings, told people, I know she gives off serial killer vibes, but she's really just shy.
I never asked you to do that.
You didn't have to because that's what friends do. They don't have to be asked. And the fact that you don't know that says everything. You want to be alone Wednesday? Be alone.
Oh, little Enid. Well, you got your wish, Wednesday.
Goody warned that I was destined to be alone. But for the first time in my life, it doesn't feel good.
Oh. I love a good false bottom.
We all seem to be connected like a spider's web.
Oh god, please don't tell me that the mayor's gonna get killed.
He was silenced. But I won't be. So whoever's watching me, know this. I will find you.
Okay. Oh, that little part with Enid really got me. Okay, so I'm not a fan of Wednesday treating Enid that way. I adore Enid. She is the nicest, sweetest human being. And she's not wrong. I mean, I don't think Wednesday intentionally like uses people. Well, that's not really true. That's not really true because like she outright did. Like when she met up with Tyler and then Enid gets in the back and he's like, I thought this was a date. And she's like, I thought this was a girls' night. And like she's like, this is what I want to do for my birthday. It's just awful how she treats these people. And I think like if they were family members that, you know, like that's how she would treat like Pugsley and Thing and, you know, like Cousin It and her uncle, like that's like just kind of the interactions that she's had that I don't think she really understands like how to be like a good friend. Or maybe she does and she's doing this intentionally and that's why she feels guilty. You know, I feel bad for Wednesday because she doesn't really like the times that she's had the opportunities to talk to these people, whether it was Xavier, whether it was Tyler, whether it was Enid, just about like their relationship or how they feel about each other. I mean, granted, if she doesn't have feelings to talk about, then she shouldn't. But, you know, Xavier expressing himself and having that painting, which was gorgeous, and him making it come to life. And, you know, how he said that, like, watching her play was, you know, like really seeing like her for who she is and like that she like probably was feeling things, you know, I think is very beautiful. That's like a great observation when somebody sees you, you know, when you're doing something that you have passion for and they can see you in that and they really see how deeply you feel about it. I think that's beautiful. And that's really a shame that, you know, she couldn't even say like, wow, or thank you for seeing me, or, you know, whatever it may be. Like, she doesn't have to be like, I love you, but like, you know, like, this is beautiful and I appreciate you seeing me. That would have gone a long way, but that's not how Wednesday works. You know, her just walking away is very heartbreaking for Xavier. And again, I don't know what these boys are thinking by like thinking that she has feelings for them because she doesn't give off any like, hey, I like you vibes whatsoever. Like it's very much just like I don't really know why they got this. It's probably a hole or a void that they're trying to fill. I'm sure. You know, and I thought that about Tyler too when he's like, you know, let's go out on a non-date date and you know, she doesn't really respond. I really just wish she would just say like I don't want to date you. Like we're friends that, you know, or like I don't know, I guess even her saying that like she's friends with a boy because she can't even be like a good friend to Enid, you know, it's just it's not built in her to be like that. But I don't know, she's like so good at like speaking the truth for her to like not be able to like just say like no, I don't want that from you. You know, that would spare Tyler a lot of feelings, a lot of pain and anguish and irritation. And, but then, you know, picking her up on a date and like being excited to spend time with her and then finding out that like it's just to go to the Gates house. I feel really bad for these guys. Again, they got there on their own. She gave them absolutely no signs for the go ahead. Like simply talking to somebody does not give anyone consent to assume that there are feelings there. I don't get the love triangle. I really wish it wasn't a part of the show, but here we are. I'm still very curious about Laurel and Thornhill, if there is a link there. I'm really trying to solve it with the characters that we've been presented in. You know, it might not even be anybody that we were presented with in the show. Like, I don't know. I don't know, but I do find her very suspect. I find her extremely suspicious. You know, like, is she Laurel Gates? Is she the monster? Is she working with the monster? Does Weems know this? Like is Weems the monster? Is Weems Laurel? Like, I don't know, but it just seems very suspect. Like, she's very sus. She's very high on the list of those that are very sus. Actually, she's like really the only one that's now on the list because I think there's no way it's Xavier. I think that there's no way that it's Tyler. Obviously, it's not Enid. I can't picture who else it could be.
No one? Really? Not one person? Not the person that brought roses to Eugene? And then there's roses in Laurel's bedroom? Really? Editing Angela here. Yeah, sometimes I catch some things, and that really stood out to me while I was editing. I missed that one. Obviously, it's Kinbot. With the surgical precision she has to have to do the anthropomorphic animals for the antique store, 100% she could be cutting off toes off of a foot with a saw. Now, is she the monster? That I don't know. The fact that Tyler had the scratch across his chest, but we didn't see it actually happen, and he sees her for therapy. Very well, he could be the monster. She could just be Laurel. It could be one and the same. I don't know, but definitely Kinbot. 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 Now, continue to enjoy me totally missing that.
Other than Thornhill or the sheriff, like randomly, it could be the sheriff, but the sheriff wouldn't hurt his own son unless he wanted him to stay away from Wednesday. And what's up with the sheriff talking about his wife? Because, you know, Tyler like really seems to like want to get a rise out of his dad by like kind of saying things that are like bitey, like very bitey, that like could get somebody to like turn around and start having an argument with you. And he was so close to getting his dad to blow his top. And, you know, then he's like, did you ever love her anyway? And the sheriff, like, you know, just kind of saying like more than you'll ever know. It was nice to hear that. It was nice to get that from the sheriff. I don't know what it means. You know, that's why I'm like, who is Tyler's mom? Like, she must have been an amazing woman. You know, Wednesday actually though, by the end, like realizing that she might have to be there to save the school, convincing Weems to like let her stay in a place that she never even wanted to be in the first place, trying to convince Enid to not leave the room, and kind of having to eat crow, and you know, having both of the boys that like have been kind of mad about her the entire time, probably mad at her. I don't know how Xavier feels. We didn't really get like a sum up of his feelings, but I'm definitely I'm sure we're gonna start seeing a character turnaround for Wednesday, because if she does not start caring a little bit more about these people that are in her life, she's not going to have anybody in her life, and she truly will be alone. I still think she's getting that hug from Enid at some point. And we need we need Eugene to wake up. We really do. We need him to wake up. We need, I don't know, like I feel like he's gonna wake up and have an epiphany of something. And I keep forgetting about the mayor's son and like what his name is, but like him having the conversation with Bianca and removing the bracelet for Hillsong. Is it Hillsong? I think Hillsong is like a religious organization or something in America here. I don't Song Spring? I don't remember. I don't remember. But like having him remove the bracelet and then coming and talk, you know, with her at the weather vane, and it's kind of nice that they kind of have someone to talk to. That I wouldn't say that their situations are completely similar, but definitely, you know, he felt like he could talk to Bianca and Bianca felt like she could talk to him. And it was comfortable. And I think that that's great. Like, you need to have those people to talk to. And it seems like he's not 100% like behind the shenanigans that his friends were causing. And, you know, he doesn't really believe that he could be any different, but he kind of wants to be. And I think him taking the bracelet and downloading the app and wanting to be part of something else kind of shows that like he doesn't want to be in the position that he's in anymore. But now that at the end of the episode, obviously his father's dead because whomever pulled him off of life support, I don't know what direction he's gonna turn. That poor kid needs a hug. Okay, guys, if you want the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon, and one episode early, up to a few days earlier than YouTube, so you can see it before everybody else if you would like. And full-length reactions and early episodes for other shows that I'm watching, including House of the Dragon, Vox Machina, The Expanse, all things that are magical. I was planning on watching all of Andor this past week, and I, on Christmas Eve, got incredibly sick and lost my voice for 5 days. And I have just now, a week later, felt well enough to do a new reaction. So I sat on my couch and I played a lot of PS5. Spoke to no one, had a lot of soup, a lot of coffee, a lot of tea. I did some healing, but I'm still a little congested. But I was trying to catch up with Andor, and that just did not happen this week. So I'm hoping the next couple weeks I'll get that all wrapped up. And then also starting in a couple weeks, I'll be watching The Bad Batch. So if you're a big Star Wars fan, hey, this is the channel for you. If not, that's okay. Maybe you'll get into it. Maybe you won't. I'm here for you either way. Okay, guys, I'll see ya. Hey, wait, no, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Because I asked, and it helps the algorithm. Even if you say something mean. Anytime somebody says anything mean, I always say, thanks for helping the algorithm. Okay, guys, now I'll see ya.